when people say, no, I saved my money. I said, saving it from who? The purchasing power of your $100 is now $93 next year. And it's still $100 physical dollars.
Yeah.
But the purchasing power went down. You need to do something with your money that at least keeps up with the inflation rate. Come to us when you want to go from medium to large. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever taught investment.
Here we go.
Making crap for money.
Hey, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. What's up, guys? This is Brianna Moore, your host of the Conversations Unearthed podcast, where y'all come for me, but you stay for the guests. Today, y'all, we got no other than Mr. Mike Street, host of 106.5 The Beat. Okay.
Well, that's my favorite applause right there, by the way.
Favorite joke right there? You know, we try to make it okay. We try to keep up with you. We don't got the Adobe and all of that stuff.
No, we don't need that. We just need the basics right now, man.
A little clap here and there, but so today's episode, y'all already know the guests just keep getting bigger and bigger, better and better, and we got Mr. Mike Street, like I said, award-winning regional program director with over 2 decades of experience in the broadcast media industry. Is it 35 years?
Yeah.
It's 35 years.
Going on 36.
Going on 36?
Yes.
And this couch is divine. I'm into numerology, and everybody who sat right here has had something to do with the number 5. Ooh. Which is my favorite number.
Okay.
Like, legit. From working with Pro Tools and Adobe Audition to engineering, audio, and managing successful radio stations.
Come on, LinkedIn.
Mike has done it all. He's a Marconi Award winner, a National Association of Broadcasters nominee, and a highly respected leader in the media world. As I was going through a few of your interviews, I see you've interviewed people like, y'all may have heard of Obama. I don't know, like President. Y'all may have heard of him. Y'all may have heard of Vice President Kamala.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if any of these names ring a bell to people, but y'all might have heard of 2 Chainz. Y'all might have heard of Marsha Ambrosius.
Let me find out you've been doing research.
I do my research.
Okay.
So anyways, thank you so much for being here. Of course, like I said, we like to give you your flowers and things like that. So.
And you literally did. There's a bouquet of flowers right there.
You know the crazy thing is I've never bought a man flowers before.
You know what's even crazier? I'm thinking, I don't know if I've ever received physical flowers.
Yeah.
You know, a plant, yes. Flowers, I don't think so. Okay?
It's a first for everything. It's
Absolutely.
a first for everything. Okay, so we just gonna start off. We're gonna start off real light. We're gonna start off with a few questions that I've borrowed from the Shade Room.
Okay, that's good.
Okay?
Let's do it.
It's called Roommate Diaries, where they just ask these crazy questions sometimes.
Okay.
What is an insult that you will never forget? Like something somebody said to you and you was like, man.
I will keep it generic.
Okay.
I won't come up with a specific example.
Okay.
But when somebody calls you a liar.
Okay.
That's the most disrespectful thing. Especially if you didn't lie. If you lied, you act like you didn't lie.
Yeah.
But especially if you did not lie. And somebody questions your honesty.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, whoa. Then we can't communicate anymore.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. You can only pick one.
Okay.
Out of 3. 1, 850 credit score. 2, $2 million in cash. Or 3, $4,000 per week for life.
Okay, you can get rid of the $4,000 per week per life because you're not promised tomorrow.
Okay.
The 850 credit score, that's cool. But me personally, if you give me $2 million cash, tax free,
okay,
I can turn that into a lot more money.
Tax free, okay.
Yeah.
You're adding a little stipulation.
And that's because if you give me $2 million, I have to pay taxes on it. It's more like 1.2 after you pay taxes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So even if it's 1.2, I could probably flip that quicker than I could anything else if I had an 850 credit score.
You could definitely.
By the way, an 850
agree.
credit score is overrated. Strive for it. If your credit score is bad, of course, strive for a better credit score, but it's overrated.
I agree, because when it comes down to it, like, a lot of people answer this question and want the 850 credit score, but it's like you literally using the 850 credit score as leverage to get the million.
Right.
Yeah. 1.2 million.
Well, to be fair, if you're able to use somebody else's money to make money,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yes.
You know, if that 850 allows me to, like, if you're telling me that 850 is going to allow me to borrow $2 million, then cool, because I'm using somebody else's money to make money.
Yeah.
All right, but you know, if you saying, hey, here's a lump sum of cash, $2 million, I could flip that.
Okay, I like that. A song without telling your age.
Oh gosh.
What song reminds you of your high school years?
My high school years. Jeez. See, that's not fair because I have too many songs in my head.
I know.
My high school years.
You got one.
One song. I could pick a song just because it came out when I was in high school, but it doesn't necessarily associate content-wise with what happened in high school.
Okay.
And that was Eric B. as president.
Okay.
Yeah,
he from New York, right?
Yes.
New York had the city on lock back in the day.
Had the world on lock. Yes.
All right, so when I was listening to one of your interviews with 2 Chainz, it was from like 13 years ago.
I was going to say, that's been a while.
It's been over a decade ago. The reason why I wanted to start with these icebreaker questions is because when 2 Chainz came in to talk to you, he was literally interviewing himself.
Let me tell you, I forgot about the interview until you just started talking. I was like, this is what happened. A lot of celebrities, they get the same types of interviews and questions.
Right.
And he assumed that coming in that day was going to be the same thing. So he was almost being an asshole.
Yeah.
But I was cool with it. Mm-hmm. He said, hey, let me do the interview. Hey, 2 Chainz,
how you doing?
And my whole thing is my interviews are totally different from everybody else's.
Yeah.
But I was cool with him doing that because it was still an entertaining interview because he interviewed himself.
Right.
Now I didn't really get my interview in, but for entertainment purposes, it did its job.
Yeah.
And, you know, I told him after the fact, I was like, you know, I was going to stop you because I wasn't, but I actually enjoyed what you did.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but now like if somebody was to do that today, and I would stop them and tell them, say, nah, you're being disrespectful. You don't know me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you're assuming that I'm everybody else, and that in itself is disrespectful.
And that's what I was going to ask you too. Like, did you feel a little apprehensive about that? Because you've been in the game for about 2 years.
Huh?
I'm sorry. You've been in the game for about you've been in the game for 35 years. So you've been in the game for a long time.
Yes.
At that time. So it's not like you didn't know what you were doing.
Well, you know what? A lot of times, entertainers get tired of doing the same thing over and over. Like you go to 100 stations. You're answering the same questions as, hey, man, how you doing?
Yep.
Hey, tell us about your album.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite person to work with? Those are all cliche questions. Mm-hmm. If you go to 100 stations or do 100 interviews, I'd say 80 to 90 of them would contain the exact same questions.
Yeah. And what I like that you did, though, is when he knew you was different and when he was like, hey, you know what? I like Big Mike, man. Put the camera on him. You started playing his music. Yeah. You started playing the songs and he started vibing like, wait a minute, this ain't the typical type of interview. He actually is bringing up situations where we met each other or a significant time in his life that you brought up and you was like, hey, yo, and just chopping it up with him about that. And he actually opened up.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose. When you conduct interviews, the first thing you want to do is take care of the business. Like, you know, if you tell somebody, hey, I'm bringing you in to promote your record, you know, to promote your project. Or, the first thing you want to do is make sure they know that you're going to handle that business. You also want to let them know that you're not going to be disrespectful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, if they have some kind of controversy that's in their life, you need to let them know, say, well, you know what? I'm not going to touch on that. And, you know, if it's in, and you also tell them at the beginning, hey, by the way, if there's anything, you know, because we usually pre-record, if there's anything that we discuss that you want me to take out on the back end, we'll have the opportunity to do that. And then they feel a lot more comfortable. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. All right, let's roll. Let's see where this goes.
Okay.
Yeah, plus I don't want to do the same interview that everybody else does.
No, and that's kind of why I like the podcast and I like the long form.
Yes.
Because I can actually like get to know a person. And I know I want to talk about finances with you, but I want to get into the mind, body, and spirit as well. Okay. As when you were a kid, yeah, I'm trying to figure out, because as a person who is as big as you in this industry, I mean, who don't remember hearing on the radio going to school? What it say?
Which one?
Don't forget to tell your girl you're banging the beat. I mean,
oh my
you know
God.
what I'm saying? Like,
by the way, I wrote that.
Did you?
Oh yes, I did.
The wordplay kind of like it's reminding me of Lil Wayne back in the day. Like
to me, it was sort of risque and funny. It
definitely is. Like that's like, I mean, you a legend in the game. So I want to know how little Mike Street, and I couldn't find your real name nowhere. So kudos to whoever your marketing team is.
I'm going to tell you something that's really funny.
Okay.
My name is Mike Street.
That's it. That's your actually government name.
It's actually Michael.
Michael Street.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I had no. Okay, so that's why I couldn't
for
tell.
years.
That's what it is.
Until recently, for years, my license plate said M Street.
Okay.
Because that's my actual name.
Okay. Good to know. Fun fact.
Look, I just got in trouble. Somebody was like, "Oh, I thought I was going up there with you today."
Wait, up here?
Up here, yeah. Because
tell her come on.
See, look at you. Tell her to come on. See
Him.
how you do.
Them.
See how you do.
Oh man. Look, I'm excited. Whoever it is, come on with it. We got 4 mics. So
you know what they need to know that
live.
We're live
on TikTok.
On TikTok.
Yes.
And the page on TikTok is
at More Investing. So MOORE.
MOORE.
Investing. INVESTING _. Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I mean, Michael Street. I can't make it up.
So when it comes down to you growing up in, what was it? What year did you grow up in?
I grew up in the 70s.
In the 70s, okay.
I grew up in the 70s in Highland Park.
Okay.
So from like the 70s all the way, I didn't move out of Highland Park until college.
Okay.
And that was the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay. And when you were growing up, did you see people like you around on the radio?
See, it was different. For half of my childhood, there weren't quote unquote black stations. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's hard for a lot of people to grasp that concept. It was just music station. Mm-hmm. It was either talk station or music station. It was no black station. It was no, like, they didn't start playing rap until I was a teenager. There was no rap until I was a teenager that was played on the radio.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it's hard for people to picture that. Like
it is hard to picture that.
It was R&B. Like that, you know.
R&B, okay. So like Michael Jackson or Jackson 5 and things like that. Right,
or Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire, the Commodores. Mm-hmm. Those were the artists that were on the black stations.
Okay.
And we're talking AM. We're not talking FM. Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people can't even, the kids don't even understand AM and FM. They just understand streaming and digital.
I'm going to hold you. I still don't understand AM and FM. I know I'm supposed to listen to FM. That's where it's the clearest.
Yeah. Everybody has access to streaming. Like, you know, we stream. Mm-hmm. But if you just had a physical radio, like, which is what we had back then, it was just AM. And then you would get an AM FM radio.
I got you. So when it comes down to that, like, what was it, somebody who influenced you?
Oh, absolutely. Back then I used to listen to, you know, music in general. So it would be Jim Miner, Chocolate Chip, Kirby Carmichael. These were stations like WANT, WKIE. And then when rap came out, I'm listening to El Bravador and DJ MC Fresh. They had the first mix shows that I was made aware of.
Okay.
On the radio. That when rap was started catching on heavy, they were mixing on the radio. Mm-hmm. So, and those are my friends to this day.
Wow.
So like it was big for me to meet them.
Yeah.
Because it was, it was like the first time I met them, I'm nervous because I'm like, yo, these are the dudes that
I'm listening to every day. Yeah.
Yeah. So to have the opportunity to meet them, and to become like pretty much family with them.
Yeah.
Like that, I couldn't ask for anything more.
And that's kind of how I felt when I met you, because you don't know me from a can of paint.
But you know what?
I listen to you every single day.
Your name carries weight. It was funny. I was talking to a common friend of ours, and she was like, no, she's like, she really is excited about talking. I was like, she's excited to talk to me?
What?
And I'm like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah, literally everybody who I've met, like I was talking to somebody on Instagram last night. I interviewed, I don't think she'll care if I say this, but Autumn Childress off of ABC. When I posted that you were coming on, she was like, he is my favorite person in the whole wide world. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm even more excited to talk to him now.
That's really funny.
What's that?
She was my intern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
She was my intern.
That's what's up.
Yes.
And then, I mean, your name hold weight too, obviously, but when Lily Chanel came up here, it's actually a clip from her podcast that I really like.
Another intern?
Yeah. Oh, wow. When I asked her about if she ran her own social media, she was like, look, Mike Street told me if you ain't busy enough to, like, if you're not too busy to do it, no matter what you got going on, if you got time in your schedule to run it. Don't pay nobody to do it.
Yeah, that's wasteful.
Yeah.
That's wasteful.
So I hear you talk about a lot of iconic figures in your life, but was it like a parent or a sibling or something who like influenced you as well, or are you
my whole family?
Your whole family. Okay.
Like I'm fortunate to have grown up raised by a village of a family. Like back in Highland Park, the whole Dill Acres, everybody's family was family. Like your neighbor is part of your extended family. Like, so if you acted out, the neighbor had the permission to get the twig off the tree and spank you. Because they were family. Like, everybody looked after everybody's kids.
Yeah.
And like my family in itself was extended. My mom, my dad, my grandparents, my aunt, my uncle, my cousins, on both sides of the family.
Yeah.
All of them influenced me.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
And everybody, like, it was super supportive. There's a lot of everybody stayed in contact with everybody. At least once or twice a week you saw the extended family. There was always gatherings. There were always events.
Okay.
It's a little different now in a lot of situations I see. People text you, hey, how you been?
It's definitely different.
No, back then it was face-to-face interaction weekly.
Okay. And I know after you went to college, you got a degree in business.
Economics.
In economics.
Yes.
However, you do radio. How does that translate?
All right, so when I was at Richmond,
okay.
They had a radio station.
Okay.
I got invited to do a radio show during Black History Month.
Okay.
I loved it. They said, do you want to continue to do it? I was like, absolutely.
Just randomly said they just tapped you and
yeah, well it was what it was. It was a station, it was a campus station. It was Black History Month.
Okay.
They thought it'd be cool to go to the Black Student Union and say, hey, would any of you be interested in doing a radio show?
Okay. And was this at Strayer?
No, this was at University of Richmond.
University of Richmond. Gotcha.
Yeah, University of Richmond, and I did one show, and they were like, "Well, you want to do another one?" Said, absolutely. So it turned into a regular thing.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is a finance show.
Yeah,
it's a financial based show. I mean, we gonna get into the Diddy and the Drake and the Kendricks because I want to know your take on that. But one thing that my co-host always asks, she's not here today, but what is your...
What you mean? She didn't show up?
No, she had some consultations today.
She had to get that money.
Yeah, she's a budgeting coach and she got her clients.
I'm not mad at getting that money.
Yeah, but she always asks, what is your relationship with money?
Oh, me and money loved each other. Oh my gosh.
Of course.
You know what? Me and money had a toxic relationship when I started realizing how to maximize my earning potential.
Okay.
In my mid to late 20s, I was blowing through money fast. Like I was smart enough to have multiple streams of income. So I would have a job, but I also started a company. Like back in the day, I started a record pool. And for people who don't understand what a record pool is, before they were streaming and you could pull stuff off of the internet, you needed physical copies. It's, the DJs. So I was able to get extra copies of the records and service local DJs with records.
Oh, wow.
For a monthly fee. So I was making money from that. Then I started a promotions company. And what I did with that is, put up posters, put up displays promoting specific artists or specific projects. And I got
kind of
money.
like your own A&R.
Well, it's like putting stickers. Well, I guess the statute of limitations is over. Putting stickers on poles, putting poster boards up saying so and so's new album is coming out. Handing out promotional items.
I got you. Okay.
So all of that, I was making decent money.
I bet you. Yeah.
And I was blowing it.
Okay.
Like I don't know if people remember TGI Fridays on Friday. We started that.
Oh. Okay.
When people would start, we would go on the rate. People used to go to Applebee's, and then they started closing Applebee's down a little bit earlier because they were uncomfortable with the element that was coming in there late.
Okay.
So they were like, "Oh no, we're closing at 10 o'clock."
Okay.
We rather close than to say we're not letting people in. So I remember we went on the radio and we said, "Yo, so they're closing, so y'all can meet us right up the street at TGI Fridays."
Okay.
And then people started showing up at TGI Fridays every Friday night, like clockwork.
Oh, wow.
And I would tell the people at TGI Fridays, "Hey, save me a couple tables." So I would have like this long table that fit 15 or 20 people, and I tell everybody, order what you want to, and I pay for it. And I'd write it off.
Right.
But at the time, I wasn't smart enough to know that I could have used that money to invest.
Yeah.
And all of that. So I by the time it dawned on me, I probably blew through thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And was it,
and
it might have been a brand investment.
You know what? You could call it
networking investment.
It was just a black dude trying to flex.
I got you.
That's all it was.
But me being on the side of trying to throw events and have people there, it's hard to get people in the room.
You know what? It was easier back then.
Okay.
Just because we had the biggest reach. It was no social media.
Okay.
So when people needed to know something, it was TV, it was radio.
Okay.
Everybody had access to the radio. So if you say, "Hey, this is where the parties are, this is where we're hanging out,"
okay,
then they show up.
I got you.
So, people would show up. They would, they'd make sure we had a spot because they were like, "Oh, we're packed on a Friday." Yeah. They were never packed on Friday nights before.
They should have gave you some equity in there.
And you know what? I should have been. I should have been smart enough to ask.
For you would. I feel like you would have definitely got it.
They did take care of me later though, because one of the bartenders or waiters later on became the regional manager, and they used me for endorsements.
Okay. Oh, like they would pay.
They bought commercials on the station.
I got you. Okay.
And they asked me to do the commercials and endorse them because they remembered from back in the day.
Okay.
So it bore some fruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why I actually started this podcast is because I bought a business and I was sort of in charge of marketing. And my business partner is like, "Yeah, we try to get marketing on 106.5 The Beat, but they like $3,000."
I tell people all the time, do what you can with what you have first.
Yeah.
Come to us when you want to go from medium to large. Unless you just have that type of money, because it's not cheap.
It's not.
Like if I told you that during the course of the week, I could put you in front of 200,000-300,000 people, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Then to you, that's worth it.
Yeah.
Like on social media, even if you have 100,000 followers, if you post something, you're not guaranteed to get it in front of 15,000 of your 100,000. Like anytime you post something, go back and look and see what the reach was. You know, I think I have like 12 or 13,000 followers. On my best post, I don't think I ever reached like more than 3,000 or 4,000 people.
Yeah.
So with radio and other forms of media, it's like, no, this is how many people we reach.
Yeah.
And that has a value, and we have to take advantage of that value while we can.
Well, when I heard that, I said, well, I'm clearly in the wrong business. So that's what happened. And I was like, well, let me start a podcast. But it turned into more of a passion project. But it's you guys are weaved into one of the reasons why I started this. And I mean, obviously y'all are a broadcast. This is a little podcast, but
both of them cast.
Both of them cast. And I know like people who have like government officials who have gotten elected because they've said they've ran ads on the radio.
Yeah, no,
they had to reach more. They reached more people.
Yeah, and it's you can see the results.
Yeah,
like we can say, hey, this is who we reached. This is when they were reached. You know, this is what we can do moving forward. And now that we've and when I say we, I'm talking about radio. Not only do we have that, we're also streaming. You know, so it's like we have broadcast, we have stream, we have access to more information than ever before. We're on social media. So it's like we're in the same position as everybody else, except we still have the ace in the hole being over there, you know, on broadcast radio.
Yeah.
So, you know, we competing over here, but we don't have competition right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to me because, like, obviously I'm in the age of streaming. So when you think about radio, sometimes it does feel a little outdated. However, from what I'm hearing from the people who I have on who are in media, they're like, no. Like, this is not going anywhere. This is the foundation.
I'm going to say that I've had this conversation several times.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize that when you stream, it's not necessarily free. You still have to pay your phone bill.
Yeah.
You still have to pay for internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of these streaming services, you have to pay a subscription.
Yeah.
Radio's free. It always has been. It always will be. Even on your devices, it's free.
Yeah.
We're not charging you for that.
That's true.
And folks who are able to pay for subscriptions, what they forget is there are a lot of people who can't afford to pay for subscriptions.
Yeah.
Even if it's $7 a month, $5 a month. There's a lot of people who won't have that in their budget. At least not for that. We're free.
Yeah.
We're accessible everywhere. You can listen to us on your phone, on your radio, on your smart TV. All of that stuff.
Yeah.
And not only that, we provide more than just what we do that most streaming services don't or can't do. The big ones.
Yeah.
We can provide local content.
Yeah.
When you listen to a streaming service, you know, if you're listening for music, cool. You know, but when you want to know what's going on in Richmond, you gotta come see us. You know, if you want to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, you can do your own research. You can go to the websites and all of that. But if you want that incorporated into your listening experience, that's what we provide.
Yeah, I mean, and your voice, I always thought you and what is the guy, Nat?
Yeah.
DJ Nat, is he the one that used to say boo boo boo?
I'm gonna tell you, that's actually Zulu, and I was texting.
Oh, okay.
What's crazy is I was texting with him before I came up.
No.
I can't make this up. Hold on. So you know I'm not like. Look at the name on the second.
right. I don't know why. Like your iconic voice, his iconic voice. Like you guys have just been rocking it for so long. When it comes down to, we'll get to a little bit about the economics and investments and things like that. Do you have any investments?
Absolutely.
What is your favorite investment? I mean, I'm saying like real estate, stocks, crypto. What you like?
Business,
land.
I'm different. Okay, let's do it this way.
Okay.
I'm very diverse.
Okay.
I have a couple whole life policies.
Okay. Okay.
I have SEP IRA, different types of IRA accounts. Some of them attached to businesses that I own.
Okay.
I have ETFs. I allow my bank. I won't say their name because they're not paying me.
I got you.
I allow them to handle my ETFs. I handle my stocks.
Okay.
I own real estate. You know, just so people know, if you're paying for your house, you own real estate. You know, especially once you get to the point where the value of your house is higher than what you owe.
Equity.
Once you have equity in your house, then that's an asset.
Yeah.
So I have my house. I owe less than 25% of the value of the house.
Oh wow. You're good.
I have a HELOC that I just sit to the side because the interest rate was really good. The offer they had at the time, I was like, you know what? I might need $75,000 one day. Lock me in for $50 a year.
wait, the HELOC?
It was $50 a year to stay locked in, to keep the account open. It's $50 a year, and I'm like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
My stock portfolio is diverse in itself.
Okay.
Tech, medical, home improvement, then stuff like, Baker Hughes, CVS.
Okay.
I had a couple of, what's the name of the weed company? Tilray. Okay, I lost my drawers on Tilray.
Yeah.
I could, because in my head, that, by the way, Tilray is, they're a cannabis company. They're not based in the U.S. And when Richmond said that they were going to allow weed, I went out and bought a ton of it. And I think at the peak, it was like $30 or $40 a share. And just so you know, now it's like $1.50.
Dang.
So I lost big time on that. But I'm holding on to it because one day,
one day
it's going to come back.
It's going to come back.
Because one thing I know is people love cannabis.
Oh yeah.
But so to get back to your question.
No, you're good.
My favorite stock right now is probably, my favorite investment was my investment in NVIDIA.
Oh, okay. I got the gaming chip company.
Yeah, I got NVIDIA. I got in when it was $35 a share.
Nah, dang, because that's like what, $200-$300 right now?
Yeah,
it's up now.
That's because it split.
Okay, yeah, you good. What made you get into that?
It just made sense.
It just made sense, yeah.
And I saw it growing. Yeah. It wasn't growing a lot, but it was growing enough. And I wanted to increase my tech footprint.
Yeah. That's what's up.
And when I bought, okay, cool. And then I saw it growing. I think I purchased it twice. I purchased it twice. It split.
That's what's up.
I think I spent maybe $7,500 total, and now it's over six figures.
Almost threw up. Lord Jesus. Okay, $7,500 grew into six figures.
Yes.
And tell the people how long you had to hold the stock.
I think I bought it the first time 5 years ago.
Oh my God.
5 years ago. So, yeah, a lot of times it's luck. And, if you get the opportunity, if it's special, it's easy to invest in stuff that you see the value in yourself. So, I invested in Lowe's. Home Depot, because I'm always in Lowe's and Home Depot, and I see they're always open. People are always there. The housing market is great. Even people who can't afford new houses, they want to make their old houses look better. You got to go to Lowe's or Home Depot to do that.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
I'm heavy in tech too, so I'm heavy in Apple. Apple's my favorite stock.
I have Apple.
I like them because they don't have any debt. The company doesn't have any debt. Like, they just clear.
Yeah, they just there.
They just there. And if they want to develop a car, they can develop a car. The iPhones.
I was waiting for that. They didn't do it.
I don't think I mean, at this point, it may make more sense just to go in with like a Tesla or maybe a Microsoft or something like that. But if they wanted to, they wouldn't really have to borrow the money. They already got it.
They could finance everything themselves.
I'm not worried about them. I'm not worried about them going bankrupt or anything. So radio and media ownership.
Okay.
There was an interview with Kanye West a while ago with Sway.
Yes.
And Kanye was saying how he went to visit all of these different clothing and shoe companies or whatever, Balenciaga, Gucci, Fendi. He went to the warehouses and he saw how big they were.
Right.
And he was at this point trying to develop his shoe and his clothes. So he was talking to Sway about it. And Sway was like, yo, why you going to these different places to figure out if you can use their stuff? Why don't you do it yourself?
Okay.
And Kanye's like, you ain't got the answer, Sway. Like, this, that viral. Yeah. He was like, you ain't got the answers. These people. And I get where Kanye was coming from. He has since apologized to Sway for this because he was like, man, you're right. I definitely could have developed my own stuff. However, we've been supporting these companies for hundreds of years. Like Gucci, Fendi, all of them, they've been around for so long that they kind of like too big to fail. So in relation to media, do you feel like this industry's future is a bit threatened by monopolization? Or are you, because I feel like you're the face of this. Like, if you wanted to do your own thing, which
I'm ready to cough. I don't want to cough in the mic. Hold on one second.
Oh no, you good.
Okay.
No, you good. You good. If you wanted to start your own and build your own, I feel like that could be something.
You know the reason a lot of people don't do it?
Why is that?
Is because either they don't have the know-how or they don't have the energy to do it.
Yeah.
Or they're just cool with the space that they're in now.
Yeah.
Like, imagine you're a professional athlete or let's just say entertainer. Because that could be athlete, that could be radio, that could be TV, that could be movies. And you've made more than enough money. You understand how hard it is to be the athlete. You know how hard it is for your agent to do the work. You know how difficult it is for the people who own the team to run the team. And when you see all of that, sometimes, I don't want the headache.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm going to have to hire a bunch of people who know more about this than I know. Now, if you have the money, you probably more than willing to invest in it, but to actually be an active part of it, it takes a special type of person.
I agree, because you know what? It's so much easier to clock in. Like, I'm on my entrepreneurial journey right now. I done probably made $100 in 6 months. So
now, if it's something that you have a passion for, that's totally different.
Right.
Like if if say for instance, earlier in my career, when I had the energy, if I had the means to purchase a radio station, I probably would have. If I had the when I say the means, I'm not just talking financial. I'm talking about the know-how. Right. I probably would have. Just because it's something that I had a passion for.
Yeah.
Right now, I have a passion for it, but I don't know if I have the energy to commit to it. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit older right now. Like in a perfect world, if somebody say, hey, we're selling this radio company fully stocked, with the staff and everything, and I had the money, then I'd be like, I'll take it. But if I had to start it from scratch,
it's hard. It's hard.
That's different.
When are you thinking about retiring? Or are you retiring?
Oh gosh.
I mean, 35 years, that's a long time.
Well, it's funny. I was actually just having this conversation last night. And I this week I've been talking to like my financial advisor.
Okay.
I said, hey man, let's get a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
You know, with what we doing.
It's interesting because usually people kind of let up.
Nah, no. I need him to get more aggressive, just in case I decide I'm done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I want him to tell me, give me options. Like, say for instance, right now, if my return is 5 or 6%, if he could come up with something that would give me 9%, 10%, let's do that.
Yeah.
Just so that, you know, I don't have to keep doing this until 65 or 70. Let's move that stop date back to 60. That's the mindset I'm in now. I would, if I was able to retire right now, I might. And it's not that I don't like what I do.
Yeah.
But I've been working for 40 years.
Yeah.
You know, like I started working like when I say work, I'm including volunteering when I was a teen, because back when I was a teenager, I worked over at the Salvation Army Boys Club on R Street.
I went there.
Yeah,
Jughead, Mr. Allen, Mr. Jones.
Jug's still over there?
Yeah. They just had their alumni jump a few months ago.
Jug was there when I was there in the 80s.
Nah. Teaching basketball and all that? Yeah, he's still there.
Yes. That's crazy.
Yeah. Miss Crenshaw, all them. I haven't seen her in a while, but
that was my first free job. That was like that was the one and I think I started doing that at 14.
What was you, a junior counselor?
Yes.
Me too.
And we went to, I remember I did that because we got to go to summer camp. We got to go to camp for free that week.
Okay.
Like, you know, and so it was
in the 80s, dang, y'all.
You know, stop it.
You've been there for a minute. I mean, look, but they done upgraded the joint. I mean, you know how they used to have the fans all loud in there?
Yeah.
They got AC now, central AC.
Gosh.
They done upgraded the gym. They done upgraded the playground.
That was my first quote unquote job. But they didn't call it a job. It was called an experience.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but that was
They break you off with the stipend?
No, we didn't. All we got was the free lunch. We got the free lunches.
Okay.
But I've been working since then, and now it's like I could probably work until whenever.
Oh yeah.
But given the opportunity, okay, let's start doing something else.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I am too. So my background is a nurse. I was a travel nurse. I ICU nurse for a while.
Oh, you get that good money.
I made good money during COVID. I did, to the point where when I came home and I bought 3 houses. And I bought a business.
Listen to her flex. I bought three
houses. Yeah, I moved my mom into one because I was traveling. So I mean, I won't go be home. So she had sold her house. I found and invested about her house. So she had a little extra money in her pocket. I'm like, well, instead of you getting an apartment, just go ahead and move in my house. Free property manager.
and yeah,
you gotta think.
So now look, now you're gonna have to earn your keep.
You're gonna have to earn your keep. Exactly. It's beautiful. It's clean in there. And then I bought 2 rentals. And I did all of this because I didn't want to be a nurse anymore. I did not want to work in what I was doing. But what do you do if you spent so much time, blood, sweat, and tears getting this degree, and then you don't want to do it no more? So I retired myself. I'm 31. I retired myself in August. Now, retiring myself.
3 houses at 31. I bought my first house at 31.
No, for real?
I'm still paying for it.
I bought my first one, and then my second one I wanted to keep forever. It was in Northside, but I ended up flipping it.
Okay.
So that's the money that I'm using, that I use to quote unquote retire myself. Whether or not I'm gonna stay retired is up for debate, but I like to say I retire myself because I don't have to work right now, and I'm just pouring everything into this podcast because I don't know why I just feel like God is just leading me here. Like I always say, when what do I say? When purpose equals passion, that's when success happens.
It absolutely does.
So, I mean, this is my passion. Like I said, everybody who comes up here is divine. And it's just something that warms my heart. And I mean, meeting people like you, like, it's crazy because if I left my job in August, I've been working since I was 15. And now, 6 months later, I'm on the mic with one of the biggest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what's crazy though?
That's crazy.
Financially, you're probably you're definitely in a better situation than I am, because it dawned on you earlier how to use money.
Yeah.
Like for me, making money, you made money to spend money. That was my mindset.
Okay, that was a lot of people's mindsets.
Yeah, and it still is. It never done, like, nobody ever taught investment.
Yeah.
Nobody ever taught. See, like when people say, no, I saved my money. I said, saving it from who? It's not yours.
Right. Yeah.
It is. Like, there are people who don't understand the concept of inflation.
Yeah.
Like, hey, no, like if you put $100 in the bank today, because of inflation, the purchasing power of your $100 is actually closer to, what is the inflation rate now? 3%?
No, it's 7% per year.
7% per year. So the purchasing power of your $100 is now $93 next year. And it's still $100 physical dollars.
Yeah.
But the purchasing power went down. You need to do something with your money that at least keeps up with the inflation rate. Or as close to it as possible. Yeah. Or you're losing.
I've been trying to tell them.
But the sad thing, a lot of people don't understand the difference between cash and money. They just don't.
Yeah. It's a tool. Money, cash is a tool.
Right. Money is the value.
I got you.
Cash is the physical product.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's hard to. It's a mindset switch, because I didn't grow up around people who knew about money or even cared about money, but they was fly though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They was fly, but it comes to the point where you start talking to people who are older and they're like, oh, well, the man's holding me down. Oh, well, I can't get ahead because of X, Y, and Z. But when I started to actually read books about money, like one of my favorite books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay. When I started to read books like that, I'm like, wait a minute, the power is actually in my hands.
I tell people all the time, I don't know if they still do this, but my first day on campus, they were giving free credit cards.
Oh, yep.
And yep. They were giving away. They said, hey, if you apply for this credit card, we'll give you a free Walkman.
Yep.
So I'm gonna get a credit card and a Walkman? Sign me up.
And some people,
I blew through that. I think it was $2,500.
Ooh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money now.
I blew through that the first month and was paying the minimum for 5 or 6 years. Like, because you don't know that paying the minimum benefits the lender.
Yeah.
Those are things they don't teach you in elementary school. Or not elementary school, but public school. Well, they didn't at the time. I'm not sure the curriculum now, but that wasn't a thing. Budgeting, understanding credit.
Yeah.
They're definitely not highlighted in the curriculum. Some school systems may offer it, but it's not one of those things that's up there like history.
Oh, no. We definitely didn't learn about it. And I graduated high school in 2011. The closest thing we learned about money was maybe balancing a checkbook.
We learned checkbooks.
Yeah.
We learned how to fill out a check and all of that, but that's it.
I've maybe filled out 2 checks in my whole life. But on that note, y'all, we gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back.